afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. And everybody on the West Coast, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And everybody else in between this great, big, beautiful country of ours. How the hell you doing? So apparently everybody's freezing their ass off right now. Holy shit. Donald Trump. It's so cold out. What are they talking about? Global warming. Let that sink in for a minute. Dumbass. Oh, come on, man. I'm about ready to choke. Okay, so let's get the ground rules out of the way. This show is not for kiddies, so if you got crumb munchers, rats running around, or those that aren't used to listening to some foul language once in a while, time for that nap. Go either that or Xbox or PlayStation. Put your headphones on, go play a game, go do something. Get out of the house, play in the snow. Try not to make a mess. Ain't that fun? Go outside and play in the snow, but try not to make a mess when you come in the house. How many of you guys heard that? Freaking insane. How in the hell can you go outside, play in the snow, and come in and not make a mess in the house? You know, some places got a mud room. You know, all the places I knew that had a mud room, the land was flat. Other than building snowman and having snowball fights, that's it. You can't go sled riding. The land is flat. You know, you're going to have to get a car to pull you or something. And then you can't do that because it's too slippery out. So, oh my goodness sakes alive. Anyway, look at this shit. I got to get my feet out and everything else. What are you going to feed me today? Yeah, I hope it's freaking something anyway. Better. So anyway, I checked out this. They got this new thing. It's called Clubhouse, right? And it's like a group talk, you know, and stuff like that. Oh, it's kind of like Zoom, I guess, without the video part. And I want to. Hey, that's a pretty cool thing, you know. Get on there, get a bunch of people on. It's by invitation only. You have to be like a superstar, a gazillion millionaire. Like Elon Musk wants to interview or talk with Putin. What for? You know? I got something in my glasses. I'm just a mess today. My face broke out. Oh, Lord. So, anyway, needless to say, I don't have a gazillion dollars. And I'm not on Saturday Night Live for Jimmy Kimmel or anything like that, or Fallon, or, oh, God. Someday, though, folks. Someday. You know, I'm going to make a return. We're going to come back. Yeah, right, fuck you. Excuse my language. See, I told you. Okay, so the news. Everybody goes with the news. I read the article. No, I don't. I read the headline, where it came from, who wrote it, if I get hold of that. When it came out, I'll read a paragraph or two of it and maybe pique your interest if you want to look it up. If you want to read more, you can look it up on Google. Or, you know, wherever else I said it came from. I got a runny nose, I'm snorting. It's going to go on my audio file with my simulcast with the radio. And I'm going to be pissed because then I'm going to edit it. You know, if I had a nice clean show with none of this nostril shit going on, I'd be in good shape. But the way it is, look at my hair. Look at this freaking alfalfa going on here. Gee, see this? I'm freaking wreck already. Look. Try that. That's still. What is it? Is it front? Okay, folks, we're going with the race look. Okay, it's, never mind. Deal with it. Going to do baseball. Baseball. Forget baseball. Who the hell gives a shit about baseball, right? I mean, people in Pittsburgh don't give a shit. I'll tell you that right now, because every time you get some team, that starts to gel together, start going places, maybe make a real team, what do they do in Pittsburgh? They trade them. Get rid of them. 2 Pirates, 2 ex-Pirates, were in the World Series this past season. Dumbass. And there goes that snorting. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Oh, boy. And I'm going to cough. Okay, update. 1 in 20 Americans fully vaccinated. 1 in 8 have had at least their first shot, in every state in the country has now given the first dose to at least 1 in 10 people. Still waiting, folks. I got to get a hold of somebody. Keep me mine. See, and I'm not even tired. I'm yawning. I don't know. Not getting enough oxygen. Hey, is this working? Oh, there you go. Yeah, as a here you go. Liam Kent, here's some Twitter news. Let's do some Twitter news. It's Thread. As a power engineering student, I am appalled at what is happening right now with the Texas power grid. This is quite literally a catastrophic failure at every single level. An ice storm of 1998 level of catastrophe. Let me explain. First off, let's talk about how the Texas power grid works. They're the only state not part of the 2 national interconnections. That is because in 1935, the Federal Power Act came to be. The law gave the federal government authority to regulate power companies that engaged in interstate commerce. Texas power companies, representing 90% of modern-day Texas, agreed not to sell power outside the state. That allowed them the ability to avoid federal regulations specifically designed to avoid current power issues. Next, we need to understand why the generators cannot generate power. Texas uses a combination of natural gas, coal, nuclear, hydro, wind, and solar. And guess what? They were the freaking governor of Texas. Saw this morning, was blaming their loss of electricity from green power, wind and solar. And you know how much it takes? 10%. Well, not even 10% of their power is wind and solar. But yet it was the wind and solar, the green frickin' power that caused this disaster in Texas. Bullshit. Due to the extreme cold, the coal is freezing and they don't have the equipment to unfreeze the piles. Natural gas lines are unable to keep pressurized due to lack of insulation and winterization. Nuclear power plants are shutting down because the cooling ponds are freezing and don't have heaters, nor do the pipes that move the water have insulation tape. You're hearing about all this shit, but this is what Texas, that's how it's going in Texas. Wind turbines in Texas are freezing because they don't have cold weather protection like antifreeze and heating elements within the turbine blades that are required in places like Iowa and Denmark. Now, you may ask, why can't Texas just get excess power from another state? Well, because the lack of major transmission lines, interstate connections, that they decline to partake in, Texas is unable to do that. It's the most frustrating part because the Texas power grid is 90% self-contained. They can't simply get power from other states. That is why all the states are connected, so the demand of the grid can be next. Can be met, not next. Right now, ACC to ERCOT.io Texas electricity demand is far exceeding current generation capacity. The Texas power grid is at breaking point and could collapse entirely. If it was simply a part of a national interconnection regulation, none of these problems would be occurring. But because the power companies prioritize... See, I mangle the news. I always do, and you got to keep listening to hear this really crazy shit, right? Prioritization, profit over safety. People's lives are at stake. And he lists his sources on making the threat. Okay, Duke of D.C. has a question. When the storm has passed, is this going to require a complete refund of the power grid? No. Rebuild of the power grid, not a refund. I went through that this morning with my hosting company. Okay? Of the power grid, and it's something that's going to require federal resources to do it, or is Texas going to have to do everything by themselves? Also, ballpark, how long would it take to modernize the grid? Do we have answers? I don't know, folks. Jeff, is he the one that wrote all this shit? No. 10 to 20 years and quite a lot of billions of socialist... Oh, listen to this. These people just do not give up. 10 to 20 years and quite a lot of billions of socialist dollars from the rest of us. And that's probably nutty optimistic, even if the feds went at it like the race to the moon. Another guy, that was from Jeff, Unity 311, hell yeah. And this one's from Tenton Z. Quarantino replying, I don't see how that's the case. The grid is fine. They need to winterize all of it instead of none of it. I don't know. What do you think? I think the whole shit thing's crazy. Frickin' snow in the Gulf of Mexico? I don't know. Yeah, okay, you got a pandemic once in 100 years. I guess this is once in 100 years. I think after all this shit's over and this winter's done, I think we ought to be smooth sailing, don't you? Come back in another 100 years. We won't have to freaking worry about it, right? Unless you're 8 years old and you live to be 100, and then you'll be 108, and it'll be all over again. It'll be like, oh my God. Time to check out. Go see the band upstairs. There I go again. Runny nose, stuffy, short of breath. What do you call that? I don't know, COPD or something. Uh-oh. How are they going to do this? Okay, here it is. MSN, 16 hours ago. This is politics. Looks like the million is about to make my pillow CEO Mike Lindell a happy guy. Wonder why. How are they doing that? Oh my goodness. Well, what the hell is this? Microsoft and partners may be compensated if you purchase something through... Get the hell out of here. I don't want to see the story. Where's the story? Where's the story? Show more. Okay, let's do that. You set this up? I ain't going to do a Donald Trump on you. You're fired. No, you ain't. Sit your ass down and be happy. Eat your donut. That's people, you know, you get help. You thought cops ate a lot of donuts and drank coffee. I gotta ask for a discount on my shit, my hosting, because I'm going broke. Donuts and coffee, bagels. Let's take the bagels. Let's take the bagels. Oh God, bagels, donuts, and coffee. Oh my. Shut up. See, you guys can't hear it. I can hear it in here. Shut up. Okay. Okay. Dominion Voting Systems is planning to imminently sue MAGA mainstay and MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell, according to media reports. Since former President Donald Trump decisively lost in the November 2020 contest to President Joe Biden, Lindell has been part of an unusual Trump world course, making claims that Dominion and another voting machine vendor somehow illicitly worked to steal the election by joining leagues with foreign powers. The only person joining foreign powers is frickin' Trump. Him and Putin are buddy. And Kim Jong-un, whatever the fuck his name is, you know, that Korea guy. Kim Jong-un. Okay, Lindell was sent a demand letter in early January by Dominion, telling him that he needed to put a lid on and correct his electoral theft claims or prepare for a showdown in court. You have positioned yourself as a prominent leader of the ongoing misinformation campaign, the January letter sent by Thomas A. Clare reads. Despite knowing your implausible attacks against Dominion have no basis in reality, you have participated in the vast and concerted misinformation campaign to slander Dominion. So anyway, so they're making him a happy guy by suing the shit out of him. Now this is some sick stuff. More Americans believe, okay, that last one, okay, MSN 16 hours ago with a Mike Pillow, Mr. Mike Pillow. And then this is from Newsweek by Ayla Cisco, okay, at 12:05 a.m. This was a late one. She's a late one. This is from today, 12:05 a.m. More Americans believe Joe Biden very responsible for Capitol riot than Mike Pence. In the poll, you gotta be shitting me. Has this country gotten that sick? Has it? Really? Man, I tell you what, I must have been under a rock or something. So just glance at the weather. There's another storm heading up toward the northeast here, starting tomorrow. Oh boy, storm after storm. Oh, stormy. Remember that? That's Santana. Who else did that song? Stormy, oh, storm. Whatever. Okay. More Americans believe that President Joe Biden is very responsible for January 6th U.S. Capitol riot than former President Mike Pence, according to a new poll. A poll released by Politico Morning Consult on Tuesday found that 13% of respondents believe that Biden was very responsible, while only 8% said the same of Mike Pence. Biden was deemed somewhat responsible by 11%. Another 18% said that Pence bore some responsibility. A 52% majority believe that former President Donald Trump was very responsible, with 12% saying that he was somewhat responsible. If you can understand all that shit, you're a freaking genius. Jesus. And the headline is Joe Biden very responsible for Capitol riot than Mike Pence. You know, they mentioned, what is it, 2 paragraphs down, next paragraph down, they finally mentioned 52% majority believe that former President Donald Trump was very responsible. Is that some bullshit or what? God, give me a freaking break. Why do I read this garbage? Don't believe this shit. I have no clue. When I see this on the news, I'll believe it. Real quick, this is just the headline. This is from Women's with a Z, mag.com, 6 hours ago. Michelle Obama gives Barack Obama a $175 million divorce ultimatum. Get the hell out of here. According to the National Enquirer. Oh my God. You know, God, they went to being a freaking rag. Oh my God. They started out as, when I was young, the National Enquirer was something some of these old people read, you know. It's just like outrageous stories. I was hijacked by an alien, you know, and my dead father came back from the grave and gave me $20 million. I don't, you know, like crazy shit like that. You know, like, hey, okay, it's National Enquirer, you know. And then he came out, inquiring minds want to know. So they started picking on the movie stars. Oh, man. Where's some regular news? Oh, see, quit doing that. Okay, USA Today. All of you, everybody, which most of the country, how often should I start my car and let it idle in cold weather? The answer is don't. Okay, this is from Money, section of USA Today. Ben Tobin wrote this, and it was updated 10:07 p.m. yesterday. With severe winter storms ravaging large parts of the country and bitterly cold temperatures descending on Texas and Oklahoma, many car owners may be asking, how often should I start my car and warm it up? Experts at AAA, a federation of motor clubs, says it's not a good idea to warm your car up to keep it from freezing. Drivers should start their engine and allow it to idle for only the time it takes you to fasten your seatbelt. Oh, really? I'll tell you what, man, I wasn't even going to sit in that. You sit on a vinyl seat in the freezing weather? Are you shitting me? No way. No way, Jose. Could freeze my... Geez, your ass would stick to the thing, you know? Okay. This time ensures lubricating oil gets to all of the engine's vital parts. Well, the freaking heat don't get to the vital parts. Brings new meaning to the word ice balls. God, jeez. Driving the car normally and avoiding hard acceleration brings the engine to a warmer temperature faster and also reduces wear and exhaust emissions, said Cliff Rudd, manager director of automotive for AAA. He must live in Florida, you know, or Southern California, down in Baja. Manager director of automotive for AAA. Naturally, a longer idle time is okay in the winter while you clear snow and ice from the windshield and other car parts. There you go. Now the guy, he's getting it. Well, I got to backtrack a little bit. Okay, well, yeah, let it idle while you're cleaning your car off. I'll take a half an hour cleaning my car off if I can get the inside warm. Oh, boy. What's this? Okay. Oh, my gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, wow. This is from the Daily Mail in UK, and I don't know how they get these stories, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. February 17th, dailymail.co.uk, okay? February 17th, 2021, 5:13 a.m. I have to edit that out, too, I guess. This shit's mangled anyway. I got 5 minutes. of hacking and coughing and everything else and spitting all. Good thing they got this thing here, you know. A woman accused of shooting dead another woman over a dispute involving a political sign has been arrested by police in Washington State. Listen to this, folks. Angela Marie Congen, 55, was booked into the county jail on second-degree murder charges after allegedly killing 32-year-old Cameron Coey. The magistrate's warrant was issued against Cogen yesterday, granting officers 30 days to file charges in the felony-level Saget County Superior Court. Police officers from Saget County Sheriff's Office were called out to a property in Mount Vernon, Washington, on Saturday around 5:25 p.m. after reports of a fight breaking out. A few minutes later, a second call was logged with police from a man who said his friend had been shot. When officers arrived at the property, they discovered the body of Coey lying in the driveway. Investigators have said that the victim and the alleged shooter did not know each other, but the incident started over the theft attempt of a political sign believed to be in support of Donald Trump. Okay. Them Trumpsters, man, Trumpomaniacs, you know, they used to have, you know, Hulkamaniacs. My little boy, he's a big man now. He was a Hulkamaniac. Okay, this is from U.S. Newsweek by Daniel Villarreal. And that was on the 16th, 7:19 p.m. Newsweek. The most dangerous. These three Republicans have broken with Mitch McConnell to stand up with Trump. I wonder who they are. Let's find out, folks. Three Republican Congress members have criticized Republican Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell for his February 13th speech blaming Donald Trump for inciting the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. Their criticism amplifies a growing rift in the Republican Party between its pro-Trump faction and those eager to distance the GOP from Trump following the insurrection and the Republican Party's loss of both the White House and the Senate during Trump's presidency. And 2 days later, Trump himself has blamed McConnell for the GOP's loss of the Senate. Oh, my God. On February 13th, McConnell voted to acquit Trump in the impeachment trial, accusing him of inciting the insurrection. But afterward, McConnell made a speech blaming Trump for starting the uprising. In his speech, McConnell said he voted to acquit Trump merely because he believed the Senate lacked constitutional jurisdiction to convict the president who is no longer in office. And it's his fault anyway. Nancy Pelosi said herself, we impeached him, went to take the papers over, and they wouldn't accept it because they weren't in session. And Mitch McConnell wouldn't bring them back in session to accept the papers for the impeachment. And she said, we would have had the impeachment the very next day while he was still in office. But since Mitch McConnell didn't reopen the Senate for them to take, they refused to take the impeachment from the Congress. Congress couldn't walk it over. Had nobody over there. Mitch McConnell said, F you. Then he turns around after all that shit. Then he says, well, it's not constitutional to try a president that's no longer. And he did it himself. They should have hammered that home. That's one thing that the prosecution should have done. They should have said that every other sentence. Well, you know, we'd be trying him right now, but Mitch McConnell said the Senate wasn't in session when we wanted to hand over the impeachment papers, and they wouldn't accept the impeachment papers. See, that's another him being the Grim Reaper. On Monday, Florida Representative Matt Gaetz criticized McConnell on Fox News, calling him part of the new incarnations of the Republican Party from those trying to purge Trumpism from the movement. Okay? You knew Matt Gaetz was going to be one of them, right? I'm going to let you read and find out the other two. Okay? So there's three of them. I named one of them. Forbes yesterday Okay, this is Forbes magazine yesterday. House stimulus package proposal fares federal unemployment benefits by $1,600, keeps income thresholds for full $1,400 stimulus check. Now, okay, they pared down the federal unemployment benefits by $1,600. What's all that about? I guess I'm going to read real quick, and I got to go because I'm running over. With the Senate impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump over, Democrats are turning to their attention to passing another stimulus package to catalyze the U.S. economy and help millions of Americans. Despite intense debate about the new relief bill, a draft released by the House Ways and Means Committee stood firm on the size of stimulus checks as well as the income threshold to receive the full benefit. However, a less noticed aspect of the proposal quietly pared back the length of federal unemployment benefits by 4 weeks, equating to a potential $1,600. Okay, so you know what? They'll extend the unemployment anyway. So, I mean, they'll do it again. So that's no big deal. And that's it. My time's up. I shot my wad. It's over. No more snorting, no more anything else. I'm a minute over, and that's okay. So before they strangle me, hey, don't forget Moso R&B show right now on MonValleyRadio.com. Some Motown, some soul. Get your groove on, okay? All that stuff. So let's say goodbye to the radio people. And then I'm going to say goodbye to you. Ow! Stop it. Okay, let's do that. All right, folks, you have a good day. I grabbed the wrong mouse again. And don't catch that Rona, and we'll see. Have a good day. Bye, bye.